Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 here, coming at you with another video. And today's video, I want to talk about pirate software, but not about pirate software personally, but people like pirate software. So not him, like, personally, but people that I get the impression of people like him in general. I'm just using pirate software as an example. For a couple reasons. One reason, and I'll be honest with you, I want to try to capitalize on some YouTube drama. I normally don't, and I try to avoid it because, like, I actually hate, like, YouTube drama bullshit. But at the same time, I would like to try to grow the channel a little bit. So I think making, like, one video about it is okay. Like I just have to do it. But, also that, and also before, if you haven't seen my video on Stop Killing Games, check that one out. That's kind of what this whole drama is about with Stop Killing Games and pirate software and all that stuff. So definitely support it. Support Stop Killing Games. And if you're in the US or EU, go and sign that petition to help the initiative to stop killing games. But I'm not going to get into the drama all too much, like the specifics. But there's one thing I do want to talk about, and it is about pirate software. Now, pirate software, I've been a huge fan. I had seen a couple of his clips on, like, YouTube Shorts before. And again, he talks about, like, game development, which is really cool. And, like, honestly, my biggest takeaway from his channels, or the clips that I've seen of him, is he has a really good voice. Like, really good voice. Like, that was, like, my biggest takeaway from his channel. So I didn't really know about him. I'm not big in, like, the World of Warcraft scene. Or, like, I don't like Blizzard in general. So, again, his stuff really doesn't appeal to me all too much. But there was one thing that I do remember from watching the clips, and now that all of this drama and controversy came out, is he reminds me of these students that I knew in art school. Basically, when I went to art school for a year, we had, obviously, like, art classes, and we would have critique day, where we would show, like, where we were in, like, the process of making our assignments and stuff, show them up to the class, and then everyone would give, like, a critique on it. And now, there was one thing I noticed about this that reminds me of pirate software, and it's the fact that during critique day, students that I would consider the weakest in the class, in terms of, like, art ability, always happen to be the loudest. So, like, during critique day, like, the weaker kids, like, ability-wise, I feel would always say the most stuff, and none of it was, like, super helpful. And that's the kind of impression that I get from pirate software, is the fact that, like, he seems like one of those kids that were, like, he's in the industry, he is doing, like, the work, but he's not that talented with it, so he's very loud, because he wants people to know, it's like almost like a psychological thing, where it's like they almost know that they aren't, or they are on, like, the weaker side of, like, the group of people they're with, so in order to, like, compensate for it, maybe they feel the need to talk the loudest about, like, the subject they're talking about. And that's the kind of feeling I got while watching Pirate Software's videos, is, like, it seems like he's not very good at what he does, but, and I'm not saying he's bad, that he's, like, a fraud or anything, it's just he's not, like, this brilliant programmer that he kind of portrays himself to be. So he's very loud, he makes a, like, YouTube channel and, like, Twitch stream about talking about game design, and he talks a lot about it, but he doesn't do a lot about it. And that's the kind of impression that I got from him way back in the day watching his clips. That's why I never really became, like, a super big fan of his. Even though I did like some of the stuff he was saying about game design. I won't knock him on that. But again, I got the impression that he was the type of person that wasn't very good, so in order to compensate for that, he talks very loudly about the game industry, about stuff that he learned job-wise, he's more talking about it than doing it. And that brings me up to comparing him to someone that I actually do have a lot of respect for, and that's Mark Brunette. Now, it's kind of like an unfair comparison because Mark Brunette is an artist, and Pirate Software is more of like a developer, programmer type guy. So it's not exactly the same like comparison, but it's a good one because Mark Brunette also worked for Blizzard, but he never says he's a game developer. He just says he's like, I'm an artist, I worked for Blizzard, I did character art, and the thing about Mark Brunette is he is extremely good. He is legit. And one of the reasons I know he's legit is because I can see his work. And now again, it's not completely fair, mainly because like art is more of a visual thing, where programming is more of a technical thing. So you might not be able to visually see there's not like a visual component that's comparable. But with Mark Brunette, it's like, I know he's good because I can see his work. I can see how good he is when he does his drawing streams, he does his YouTube art courses. He legitimately knows what he's talking about and is very capable in his field. And that's kind of the way you can vet people that seem to be very good. And the one way you can definitely tell people from like people that are like Pirate Software that like talk a lot, and people that are Mark Brunette who also talk a lot and have like a YouTube channel but is actually legitimately good, is by seeing their work. That is the number one way to like sort out like frauds from actual like good people that know what they're talking about. So anytime you see like a YouTuber, even myself, and like me talking, it's just like you want to see people's like how to like gauge people's opinions is a great way is to see their work, to see what they actually have gotten done. And if someone is talking a lot but they don't have a lot of like finished projects or things that they can like show people, they're probably a hack. But where you have people that do talk a lot and have a huge public portfolio of all the work that they did, and they're doing like YouTube courses on like how to do it and like tips and tricks that are genuinely really good, that's how you can tell like someone who's legitimate from someone who's fake. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I want to say on the video. Oh, there is one more thing that I put on the bottom of the note, my note tab here, is I actually did try to reach out to Pirate Software on X. I asked him on an episode of Textbox. I knew he was never going to respond to me, because why would he? But I did want to mention I did try to reach out to Pirate Software before making this video, because there was one thing I learned from like the Pro Jared controversy, where he had like some YouTube drama going on a few years ago. When he made his response video, one takeaway I got from it was, even though like there was a whole bunch of drama and he did some like weird bullshit or whatever, he made a video, and one thing he said that stuck with me was, with all the drama going on and people making videos about it, not a single person who is making videos about his drama ever reached out to talk to him. So they never once like sent him a message, DM, added him on like X or whatever. I did do that for Pirate Software. Again, I knew he was never going to respond, but at least I can say I tried getting him on an episode of Textbox to like talk about stuff. Again, I knew he was never going to say yes to it, especially on like the subject matter. But I thought at least I could reach out, and I've waited a few weeks before even uploading this. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. My advice to you is, if you do like someone on YouTube or whatever, like a personality like Pirate Software, and you think they're really good, check what they've done. Like, see if they have an open like portfolio on like whatever it is they do, just to make sure they are actually legit. Because there's a lot of people that say a lot of things, but if they don't have anything to show for it, don't believe what they say. That's the best policy I could give you. But anyway, guys, I'm Shin055. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Love to hear from you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.